Chelsea won their game yesterday. Now they are back to the top four. So that top four battle is going to be very, very tough for everybody. I'd even add Arsenal and Nottingham Forest because it's just 4 points between the second and fourth. So everybody is going to enter that battle of top four this season. But let's see who makes top four and who wins the league this season. Good morning, John. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning. I'm sure Chelsea fans are going to be chomping at the bit this morning to, have had that win yesterday against Wolves. So good win for them.
Good morning, Nos. How are you?
It's just Wolf. It's just Wolf. Welcome to the show, guys.
Welcome to the show. Okay, let's start
Tell
with
that
that
to
one.
the Chelsea fans.
Okay, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We are live now on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. I will be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, let's dive into that Premier League game that happened yesterday. Just one game yesterday. Chelsea winning that game at Stamford Bridge 3-1. It was a good game for Chelsea. That their goalkeeper, I don't know what is wrong with all the goalkeepers this season, apart from few goalkeepers, but that game ended 3-1. Bad result for Wolves, good result for Chelsea.
Yeah, good result for Chelsea on the night. They were able to come away with all 3 points. It's no small feat. We saw some dark hours from Wolves for them to get that first goal that they scored, and the only goal they scored in the game. We saw some dark hours. We saw them crowding the goalkeeper, pushing the goalkeeper over, and then being able to fumble the ball in. But that's that. For me, I think the highlight was, the star man who is the rock in the defense so far. Tosin got his first goal for Chelsea, even though VAR had to be called in to confirm that he was onside and that he turned the goal in. And then we saw Cucurella, what it meant for him to score for the club yesterday, keep finishing the ball off. And you ask yourself, where are the guys that's supposed to be up front? And we have a bunch of defenders scoring. And then finally, Noni Madueke rounded it up with a fantastic header into the net.
Okay, now, so what do you make of that game? Chelsea, they needed this win because if you look at their couple of results they have in previous games,
Since the announcement of not being in the title race, they've not won a game. Since that announcement, I think they've played 5 games, they've lost 2 and drawn 3 since that announcement. So them now winning this one tells them that, see, don't make such announcement. You are going to be telling the coach head on. Bros, I beg, mind what they talk on media sometimes because they come back to bite us.
Well, what you talk about the media doesn't matter. I think I remember that season Aston Villa won that. He said that it's possible that Arsenal can go the whole season unbeaten, and he did it.
See, he said it in the dressing room, and you go look at the result in the previous season. They didn't lose a home game. The previous season before that season, Arsenal did not lose a home game. Now, you went a whole season without losing a home game. You feel like, okay, let's just extend it. Let's not lose an away game. You get, and they went unbeaten in the Premier League. They still lost a couple of games in the Champions League and in the cup, in another cup runs. So it's about focusing on this particular competition and finishing it the way you want to finish it. And you telling people you're not in the title race when you're just second in position, let's say 6 points behind the first place.
I think you're taking this man out of context because before the season even started,
it was not in the title race.
Yes,
but
when you see yourself, started, he said it clear and cut.
See,
City,
John,
Arsenal are not in our league.
Yes,
and then we are not here to win the league. We are here to qualify for Champions League, and that was what he said.
Said the same thing.
Coming here to now say based on that statement that Chelsea dropped from. They dropped from because the players did not perform. They dropped from because there has been a tough run of games for them. Simple.
Mentality tells.
It's not about mentality.
There are things you say and the mentality will shift. You were winning games. You know you're not in the. You said it when you came in. You want to build a team. You want to build a team that the other coach that left was not given the time, and you were given the time to build that team. Now we don't know how long the time is for you to build, and all of a sudden you were winning games after the poor run of games in the first quarter of the season. After the poor run of games, you started winning games. You went on a winning spree. You went about on a 9 winning spree or so.
And that's because he took the fuse out of the situation. Now, Chelsea were able to go on those winning spree because he came in and diffused the situation. Look at the way the former coach was exited. Look at the bloated score. Look at all the media pressure on those boys. They were able to go on that winning streak because the manager came in and took all that pressure off everybody and said, look, we are not going to win Premier League this year. We are not going to do this. We are not going to do this. We are focusing on ourselves and improving our game. and the players were able to do their job without the unnecessary scrutiny. And then you look up, you are second in the league, and that scrutiny comes back, and Baba comes out to tell you what I told you in the beginning of the season. Look, we are not here. That shouldn't be the precipice upon which you say that the team is doing poorly because he came out to do that. We've seen somebody across Manchester who's come out and said every braggadocious thing you could say. You come out and say it's an end of era, as if you're in Mosiah. You come out and say that it's time for Manchester United to be back to win glory ways. You come out and say all this, throw your own very players who are sweating their lives out on the pitch for you. You throw them under the bus. Every single player that's bailed you out, you kick them out of the club. And then you wind up as a lone man with every other player in that team against you. And you come in here and tell me that somebody who's gone the opposite route and achieved a better result for his club should be, under scrutiny because of his statement. I disagree with you.
Okay, if you look at that game, the interesting thing about that game yesterday is Disasi. Disasi was introduced in the second half as a substitute because everybody was expecting him to leave. Nkunku was expected to leave though, but he didn't play that game. But what do you make of that, Disasi? Do you think that probably they will leave him? Even the guy they brought back from Crystal Palace, he didn't even make the squad.
Chalobah started.
He started that game, but Disasi was brought in. I think probably he's trying to probably he doesn't want to tell Disasi again.
I think if you looked at the headlines yesterday, you are going to find out that Trevor Chalobah is being offered to clubs at £40 million. The same player you messed up in the beginning of the season and called back now to come and bail the team out. It's the same player touting to clubs at 40 million. Disasi is still on the chopping block. Nkunku is still on the chopping block. But the difference is that Maresca still feels that he can count on Disasi, and hence Disasi started and Disasi came on as a sub.
Okay, what do you make of that? So Chalobah, I enjoy that Chalobah started because that means he's going to be a mainstay.
He facilitated Nkunku Madueke's goal.
Yes, he's going to be a mainstay because there's no way you bring him back from loan and you not play him. It's practically impossible.
If you've given performance, they will call you back. It's one thing we know. If you play well for loan and they call you back, I think you look at it when we're talking about over the other side of town at Manchester, when you was talking about players and all of that, and manager, what he said. If you look at players' performance as well, some players went on loan to Sunderland, and now he's one of the best players in the team. If you do well on loan, they will call you back and you continue to you continue to play. So I think for Chelsea now and Chalobah, him coming back, his record for Crystal Palace stands. You get that combination between him and McGahey was top notch. They had to call him back because they saw something different that they didn't see before. And Maresca was too quick.
When they threw when
I said chance,
not one chance.
When I said this, John was always.
If you listen to Oliver Glasner's comments, he will tell you that the guy was happy at Crystal Palace and he was sad that he had to leave the team. And then only for him to come back now, play his first match, and we're already hearing in the papers that they are looking for 40 million for the guy. Baba, is not nice at all. Chelsea have started creating a pattern of exiting players on negative terms, and it doesn't set a good precedent for the club.
Well, I think that probably is good. I don't think they are going to sell him. Bring him back and sell him, it doesn't make sense. But let's see what Chelsea is going to be doing, because that game was very good for them. They won that game 3-1. If you look at the table now, before we dive into the Champions League, we have transfer to talk about too.
Yeah.
If you look at the Premier League table now, Liverpool stay first with 50 points after 21 games. That means Liverpool have a game in hand and they are 6 points above Arsenal. Arsenal is second with 44 points. Nottingham Forest, which are the surprise of the season, they have 44 points with Arsenal. Fourth position now is Chelsea. Chelsea are back to the top 4 with 40 points. Behind them, they have to be careful. It's Manchester City, and sixth is Newcastle. This is the top 6. So that top 4, or even top from 2 to 6, is going to be actually a big battle in the Premier League. But let's see who is going to qualify. If you look at let me talk about Manchester United, because they are 13th on the table. They have -5 goal difference with 26 points after 22 games. The top 3 bottom clubs are 20 Southampton. They are rock bottom in the Premier League. The 19th is Leicester City. Both teams have played last 6 games and lost last 6 games. Yep. 18th is Ipswich Town. So probably 3 of them might be going back to relegation. But if you look at 17th, Wolves is in 17th. So Ipswich and Wolves are in the same point. So Ipswich have an opportunity, or even Leicester. if they play well, they can actually survive, because Wolves is another team that is not doing well in the Premier League. But let's see who survives this Premier League. Okay, last one for Chelsea. Chelsea won that game 3-1. Okay, let's dive into the Champions League. The Champions League is starting today. Champions League is the pinnacle of club football for everywhere in Europe. In fact, everywhere, anything club football in the world is Champions League. Everybody wants to play for the Champions League, because that competition. Once you hear that anthem,
it's over.
You come
alive. Okay, the fixtures for today is Monaco versus Aston Villa. That is first 2 early kickoffs. Monaco versus Aston Villa, 18:45. That means 15 minutes to 7. That's when that game is happening. Atlanta versus Sturm Graz. For 9 p.m. is Atletico Madrid versus Bayer Leverkusen. By Benfica versus Barcelona, Serena Vesda versus PSG, Liverpool versus Leo, Club Brugge versus Juventus, Slovan Bratislava versus Stuttgart, Bologna versus Dortmund. That's the game for today. Okay, let's talk about some of those games. Let's talk about the Barcelona playing Barcelona. If you look at the table, everybody is trying to break into that top 8. Top 8, so it's going to be a big battle, because there's just 2 games remaining, this one and the next game, and everybody will know. But this particular week will determine who will obviously going to finish in that top 8. But obviously Liverpool is going to finish there, because they are first on that table. But Barcelona needs to win this game to have an opportunity to be in that conversation.
Yeah, they need to win it. They need to go far. They need to consolidate their position on the league. If you look at the table now, I think in second, and I think they are in a strong position behind Liverpool. And if you look at the way the game is going to come, one thing that has taken most teams by surprise is form in the Premier League, form in the La Liga, form in League One is not really translative to the Champions League. You can be flying in the Champions League and crashing out and burning in your local league. We saw that with Brest, we saw that with a couple of other clubs, and then coming to play Benfica at their home is going to be a big ask. I don't know if Daniel Olmo is available.
I think he's injured, so I don't think he's going to play. But it is still second. But if you look at from second to maybe, let me say 10th, or even 12th, even 13th at 11 points. Okay, let's do 12th, because
13th and 14th.
If Barcelona lose this game, and anybody that has 12 points from 9th and wins their game,
the top.
So this particular game is very important for everybody, even though that Barcelona is second on the table. I think it's only Liverpool that have a chance to qualify.
They have a clean slate.
Yes, nobody
has dented it, always winning their games.
So, but if you look at that game now, but these Benfica guys, sometimes they are not.
They did their head. They come like Nepal light.
Yeah, sometimes they will just perform, and sometimes they will just behave like something I don't understand. But Barcelona, in La Liga, they have been losing forms. Especially in December, they have lost a whole lot of points. Now, even though Champions League and league sometimes is difficult. I've seen Chelsea not do well in the Premier League, and they won the Champions League. In fact, twice they won the Champions League. They didn't
finish in the top 4.
They didn't do well in the Champions League, in the Premier League. So it happens.
But look at it now for Benfica. They come their head like Nepal light. Look at where they are on the table. I think they are 15th on the table.
With 10 points. Yes.
10 points. So they need a win to at least guarantee themselves that if the other people that are down did not win their games, they will not be knocked out of that qualification stage. So I think they need a win in this one. And going into this game, there's everything to die for. Okay, but Barcelona, on the other hand, there's one thing we know. Barcelona is just like they have Real Madrid's kryptonite, but they don't have other people's kryptonite. They come against Real Madrid, they score 5 goals, 4 goals. They go against Getafe, they are struggling to score 1 goal. They go against Leganés, they are struggling to score goals. They go against score goals. You see them losing those small games that you're supposed to be playing. If you can beat Real Madrid 4-0, you should at least beating Getafe and Girona like 17-0 each. But you see them coming in and struggle against Barcelona and they win. And you ask yourself,
same thing for Madrid.
What's the
Madrid, so it cuts both ways.
You ask yourself, what's the highline function? You need to at least structure the highline in a way that it favors you in every team you go against.
Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Before we continue with the Champions League, let's move on to our YouTube and read one of the comments there. And I click to be welcome to the show. He said, anyhow, Chelsea won't struggle. They are going to Europa this season. Man City will displace them when they meet Man City. They are playing next with Man City. Congrats to them anyways. The next game for Chelsea is going to be Man City, and it's going to be very, very tough for them. So if Man City wins that game,
It's
that's the
over.
battle of top four is going to start next week when Man City will host Chelsea at the Etihad. Okay, let's continue with the Champions League. Another game that is happening today is Liverpool. Liverpool stay first in this table, in Champions League table. They are going to play Leo. I think Leo beat Real Madrid last season.
They beat the Madrid
They
teams.
beat Madrid team. So Leo is not a
Atletico
team that
Madrid
everybody
collect.
you can say they are not doing well, because beating Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid is a good thing for a club. Now they are playing Liverpool at Anfield, which Anfield is a very tough place to go, but they can fancy their chance of getting 3 points.
Since theater of dream don't be theater of dream, anybody can come there and dream. Anfield, anybody can go there and dream. Because if Nottingham Forest could do it, who are they not to do it? But you can do it in the Premier League.
But the game will now come and end 6-0 with Liverpool winning it.
All
this hype will just have been in vain.
you know, like calm down. Now the ginger way you give, you know, say when you want to go fight against Goliath, you can't give them ginger. You know, motivational speaker. I don't know motivational for the show, but all the same, Lille are a good side. What they did against Real Madrid will be a record. What they did against, I think, beating Real Madrid, was it 3-1 or 3-2, and beating Atletico Madrid. You get these two, you beat the two Spanish giants. If they meet back as a possibility they beat Barca, and with the guy that's being touted by Arsenal right now as a striking option, being on the score sheet, Jonathan, I feel like they have a solid front line. But going into Liverpool game, they need to be cautious of the midfield, because sometimes you don't know what the Liverpool midfield could look like. You could expect the same players, the Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai, and McAllister, but the play pattern is different. The play style is different. They play to shut you down. They play to create 1v1 situation for your attackers. That's what Liverpool has always played like. So whenever the midfielders have the ball, be cautious of who the pass is going to if he's not in a 1v1 situation with your defender.
So what do you think will happen in that game? Liverpool to win or Leo?
I've seen Liverpool winning, and basically because I feel that the quality in Lille's side is there, but it's not as impressive as Liverpool's side. Liverpool, you see, we've seen it in the last 2 games. It's not going their way or it's going their way. One substitution, the scoreline changes by 2 or 3 goals.
Performance changes.
Who is going to do that for Lille? Can they pull one out of it? I feel like Lille, the best option for them would be to soak up pressure and hit on the brake. But then if you do that, you create pocket spaces that the same guys that know how to exploit them will exploit and score you. So I just think it's going to be a blowout for Liverpool in this one. Okay. Unless Leo finds a counter.
And I fear anytime you use that blowout language, it means that team not ready to lose. Anytime you just talk that blowout, that team not ready to lose. Liverpool to win by the score. Anyhow, just win the match.
Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Liverpool and Leo, probably Liverpool, if they win this game, then they're going to qualify for that Champions League knockout stage. They sit first on that table because Liverpool actually doing well. They sit first.
18 points.
They sit first. They have won all their last 5 games. They have actually won all
their Champions League
games. They have played 6, won 6, and only consider 1 goal in this Champions League. They almost have a perfect record. Imagine that's just 1 goal. If you remove that 1 goal, they will have a perfect record in the Champions League. But for now, they have played 6 and won 6, 18 points. They have 2 more games to go after today's game. Then I think if they draw today's game, they are going to qualify.
If they qualify, no, we're not sure if they draw.
Check it now. If they draw this game, it's 19 points.
Then if someone with what's it called? If someone with 13
Arsenal
points
or Barcelona win, it's
go back to 10th with 13 points. If that person win 2
and Liverpool drops 2 points
and Liverpool lose these last 2 games, they are over. It's over for them. They have to play playoff.
Okay, let's see though. If Liverpool is probably if they win one of the last 2 games, they are going to obviously qualify for that. Let's get a prediction for that game first. Who wins?
Liverpool winning.
Liverpool to win.
4-2 Liverpool.
Liverpool to win. Okay, Atletico Madrid is playing Bayer Leverkusen. This both team, I like them because I like the 2 coaches, but they are facing each other. Now, if you look at where both of them are in table, everybody is struggling for that top 8, struggling to make that top 8 because Lille is the last team that is occupying that last number 8 spot. If you look at Atletico, they have 12 points. They are trying to qualify for everybody. Nobody wants to play an extra game. Everybody is trying to avoid that extra game. But for
Madrid, though.
For Bayer Leverkusen, they have just 1 point above. They are 4th, but 13 points, 1 point above Atletico Madrid.
11th.
Who are 11. Imagine 1 point, 4th and 11th. So the Champions League table is somehow. But if you look at that game, what do you think will happen in that game?
It's going to be a tough game.
These 2 teams have been winning games 1-0, 1-0. Anyhow, it be just me 1-0, just close the gap. Leverkusen for their last 5 games is just 1-0, 2-0, and that's the end. For Atletico Madrid, the same thing. I think they lost their last game 1-0 to Leganés, and they have to take their corrections from that game and go into this one. They get, but what's it called? Leverkusen are also chasing a back-to-back Bundesliga, and they are trying their feet because after losing out in the Champions League in the Europa League last year, they're looking forward to get at least their hand on a silverware, in a continental silverware. If the Champions League can be one of those, no problem, because I'm looking at them like a team that won't go trophyless this season.
John, what do you think will happen?
And they can settle for the DB Pokal or Jusha Pokal. That's not my business.
They already knocked out Bayern Munich, so that is like in the pocket.
So they have
Bundesliga day and Champions League.
Try next year.
Champions League day.
Forget Champions League. You know, for this game, I'm just looking out for Atletico Madrid to blow Leverkusen out of the water because they have the firepower in that side.
But how many times have you seen Atletico blow him out?
Even
Even
by hand fan self.
if it's by one goal.
You see Atletico Madrid, they never feel blow firewood. You understand? So no be blow, don't be there's nothing synonymous with Atletico Madrid and blood. They're not supposed to be for the same sentence. You understand? So but for this game now, I always stick with my guys. My guys are my guys. I know we always talk about the Diego Simeone and his current assistant coach and the attacking coach who is Fernando Torres. He's improving the side. They are beginning to score some couple of goals like before that they will sit deep and beat on the break. Now they play attacking football.
That attack is a threat, and Leverkusen have to be on guard.
That is there. But look at our guys. They have sprinters all around the pitch. From the back line to the attack is
And Atletico doesn't have sprinters.
Not only for midfield they get now, for Gala, only that Gala they get as hustler now.
Wow.
When I say sprinters, maybe Atletico is technical, they are playing in La Liga. When they say runners, people that can run 90 minutes. You get
now by running by headless chicken, I they bring
maybe headless chicken run. At least you go see that they make some kind of pass. You get I was seeing the game of Atletico Madrid, I think it was Leverkusen what's it called, Mainz the other day. And the person who made the pass, not even the assist, the person who made the pass that led to 2 passes before the assist, immediately he made the pass, he raised up his hand like it's a goal. Like he already knows the movement of the other person running, and the person who gave the pass, he just made 2 passes. And it was a goal. The person who made the first pass, it was just 4 passes to go. The person who made the first pass, they celebrate already. Which is a team that knows what the structure is, knows what the play pattern is, and knows how to shut you down anytime they want to go on the offensive. And I just think that they can have that in their bag to shut down Atletico Madrid and still get the results they need.
Okay, let's take a prediction for that game. That game is going to be interesting. Who wins in that game?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Leverkusen, you know.
Atletico, worst case
scenario. I love Atletico, but I'm sticking with Leverkusen on this one.
Okay, Juventus is going to be playing today. They are going away to Club Brugge. But for them, good result for them in the weekend. They beat AC Milan in the weekend, so they didn't draw that game. But they are going away to Club Brugge. Juventus are actually struggled in this. Everywhere, getting a whole lot of draws. They've
lost a couple of games in the Champions League.
So they are trying to make sure that they qualify. They are 14th with 11 points. So if they play well, if they win this game, they will be in that conversation. I think 11 points. If they are 11 points on 14, so if they get these 3 points, they'll be in 14 points, which is very good.
They'll be in the top.
Yes, to qualify, they might not qualify top 8 because other results people have to win and go.
Definitely.
But if you look at that game again, what do you think? Juventus to draw again?
Club Brugge. Look at where Club Brugge is now. Why are you saying this?
They're supposed to win this game.
They're supposed to just beat them, come out their body for them.
This is Juventus. Let's not forget. These are the draw masters. They've had about 13 draws in the Serie.
They've lost a couple of games in the Champions League.
Club Brugge has 19. They have 10 points. So
yes.
they can qualify for this Champions League.
Club Brugge is
they are above Real Madrid in this team.
Yes. Live above Real Madrid.
Yeah, above Real Madrid.
With 1 point.
Yes. Is it easy? If they're easy,
Madrid. Why Madrid?
Now Madrid they talk about though. Now Madrid, so the kings of cup competition. So the kings of
if they don't get the result tomorrow, when they are going to be out.
Champions of Champions League.
Real Madrid losing tomorrow.
Oh boy. But look at it now. Juventus, they win a couple of games. Sorry, excuse me. Games you don't expect them to win in the Champions League. They just come there, they blow the other team out, and they get their result. So for me, I'm seeing this one as a one-off for them. They go into this game, they win it. It's not going to be a draw. Because Club Brugge on the other hand, We know the Belgium side that like to shock us sometimes. Once in a while, they just go to the Champions League quarterfinals or perhaps round of 16. But this season is not that season for them.
I think they have an opportunity if they get a draw in this game.
They have an opportunity to qualify through an extra round of games. They are going to grab it with both hands. This is not going to be a once-over by Juventus at all.
Even if you make it through this game, you play this knockout stage, they might so, but at least qualify. Sometimes they give you a smaller team.
Knockout.
They can give you a smaller team and you can qualify.
They give you a smaller team. Maybe you get into the next stage. I meet the river. They do lost half of their midfield as well, suffering from defense injury. They not lose maybe Valverde and the Bellingham to injury. Okay. That period, you go be like, heaven is just sent you a gift.
Okay, let's get your prediction for that game.
For me, I'm sticking with Juventus all day.
John?
Sticking with a draw.
Monaco is going to host Aston Villa. Who wins in that game? Emery just got a point at the Emirates. So if you look at they are doing well in the Champions League too. So in this game, what do you think will happen? Aston Villa are fifth with 13 points, just 10 points with Arsenal.
If you look at the top, the top 8 in the Champions League, you have Liverpool there, you have Arsenal there, you have Aston Villa there.
Yes.
The only person the way they fall our hand right now
is Man City.
Man City. Now only Man City fall our hand. For Premier League, as a true and true Premier League, I don't like the London clubs that they do, but Man City and Liverpool are doing well. Aston Villa is there or there, but I support Aston Villa. We wear the same color, so why not? I can confuse myself and be like Aston Villa fan sometimes, but. In this game now, they are traveling to Monaco. Away results in the Champions League have been difficult for Aston Villa. I won't lie about it. They've been having difficult. They've been grinding out results on away fronts in Champions League. So I think this one is another one they will grind out results again.
Yeah, if you look at it, they just lost one game in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Just one game.
Good results.
Having 13 points after 2 games remaining, I think it's good for them. They are probably going to qualify if they just win these 2 games. Or if they get probably a couple of wins, they are because everybody is looking at that top 8. Because if you finish outside top 8, you don't even know who they're going to give you. They might give you Bayern Munich or give you Atlanta or Milan. So it's going to be tough.
Or Madrid.
Now look at the teams between 9 to 24. If you look at those 16 teams, anybody that meet anybody there is going to be like.
We have PSG that is even outside that top 24. We are going to talk about tomorrow. Okay, let's get your prediction for that game. Emery's Army to win or Monaco to win.
A draw.
A draw in that game, John.
Emery winning it. He has enough tactical ability to win.
Okay, another thing that is going to play, our own very Lukman Atlanta is going to play for in the Champions League today. They're going to be hosting Sturm Graz. What do you think happen in that game? Atlanta to win, Lukman to score. For me, I don't do my own prediction sharp.
Lukman to score, definitely Atlanta to win. Same here too.
Couple of games now, he's not been on the score sheet.
Yeah, at least needs a bounce back game.
And again, in their last game, you know when I said is that they are out, they are temporarily out of the the Scudetto race, and that was last week. And everybody came to like, I disagree with you. That's John. No, I disagree with you. And the next game, Napoli made it an extension of 7 points.
We've seen other teams in other leagues come back from a 7 point or 9 point.
That was in the beginning of the season.
I disagree with you. You can't sit here and cry it's a marathon, not a sprint, and come here and come and say that the Scudetto race for Atlanta is over, bro. Until it is mathematically impossible, then we agree.
John, this is the last lap.
It's not the last lap.
No, the second half of the
season.
Second half of the season. The first half of the season is not good. And the last lap. Marathon of only 2 laps.
It's not a marathon of 2 laps. It's a sprint of 4 laps. It's a sprint of 4 laps, and we just entered the 3rd lap.
It's a marathon of 2 laps.
It's not a marathon of 2 laps.
First half.
Okay, let's take
it. And for me now, they finished the first lap.
They finished the first 2 laps.
The second lap.
Just started the 3rd lap.
Then the second, it's divided by 4, divided by 2.
It's divided by 9.
It's same. No, they have first half of the season and second half of the season. They don't have first quarter of the season. You get. And for me, in the first half of the season, they did well. Now, second half of the season now is going to be tough because everybody wants to know where they finish and go for the Continentals. This is where the competition starts.
They should be winning Sturm Graz if they will get.
Definitely. So that's what I'm saying. This is where the real competition now starts, because what you build from January and all around the transfer window around it, helps you go far in the season. The players you get in, the players you let go, the performance you put up from January now will determine where you finish at the end of the season.
Okay, let's say your prediction for that game. I've predicted my own. Atlanta to win, Lookman to score. What is your own?
Same here.
Also?
Look more to score. The win, I'm not sure.
Okay, the last game for today is Bologna versus Dortmund. Who wins in that game? Let's get your prediction for enter the transfer window.
I think I'm going to back Dortmund for that one.
I'm going Italy.
You are going for Italy?
I'm going Italy all the way.
Okay, another game there is Slovan Bratislava versus Stuttgart. These two teams, I don't even know what's wrong with these two teams, but everybody is trying to get points everywhere. But who wins that game?
They two of them don't have credible points in Champions League. They're even going back home.
Oh.
So the both of them are going back home. But let's say Stuttgart gets the win.
John?
A draw.
A draw. And finally, Serena Vesda versus PSV.
Red Bulls.
Yes.
Red Star Belgrade is just another team I've been laughing at since the beginning of this season. I don't know where they are head at.
3 points, sitting 31st on the table, clearly not going anywhere.
I don't know where their head is at in this Champions League. So Red Star Belgrade is not getting the result in this one. So I think
At least PSV has
PSV draw, and their draws are just becoming too much. So I think they'll win this one.
Okay, let's see what happens in today's Champions League. Is going to be a very good game today. Tomorrow is the Champions League. So let's see who wins. And it's just 2 more games to be played in this group phase of, I won't call it group phase, but the league phase of the Champions League. Let's see who is going to qualify. For Liverpool, they stay first in this table. But if they win today's game, they have they will still finish top and they will qualify for the knockout stage. For others like Real Madrid, PSG, Manchester City, these teams are disappointing us this Champions League. They are 23, 24, 25, 26 on the table, which is bad for them. But let's see who qualifies for this Champions League knockout stage. But after this week's game, we'll have a clear picture who is likely to make it. Home. Yeah, who is going home, who is likely to be making the next round of the Champions League. Okay, let's go back to the transfer news. Okay, let me open the phone line for you to call us. Tell us your prediction for today's Champions League. Tell us who you think will win today in all these games happening in the Champions League. The number to call is 0915 570 8347 0915 570 8347, or you can call 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us your prediction for Champions League games, and tell us what you think about Chelsea's game yesterday. They won that game 3-1. Okay, let's move over to transfer. Okay, the phone has started buzzing already, so let's take a few calls before we dive into transfer news, because they are transfer. We mentioned it yesterday, and Anthony is moving. It was a surprise for everybody. We'll probably talk about it a little bit today.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, good morning.
My brother, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
Chelsea man calling.
Okay, what is your contribution?
Found about what I did yesterday, very good.
Mm-hmm.
See that this welcome man. Let me say we go lose.
Yes.
What do I do this? What do we do this man? What do we do this man for this studio?
No, and I will change to Chelsea fan very soon.
He said we go lose. Because they lose. And now he said we go lose. I think you're going to lose a go. You're going to lose a go. Now
We'll go mountain for you. We'll go mountain for you.
Call out and tell us what you think about that Chelsea game or the Champions League happening today. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Name and location, please.
Yes, I'm calling for my Old Trafford board.
Okay. Can you please speak up a little bit? What is your contribution?
My contribution, Barcelona will win.
Okay.
Madrid will come out, so Man City will come out.
Madrid and Man City go come out for Champions League.
Mm.
They no go reach knockout stage.
We can knock out. No, make them go home, make them go rest.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
He's really talking about tomorrow's game. He doesn't even want to see
No,
Real Madrid.
no,
For Real Madrid not to qualify for Champions knockout stage or more. That he didn't know. It go hard.
Look at me, they are 20th on the table.
If they lose tomorrow, there's going to be a problem.
If they lose tomorrow, if they lose to somebody,
remember they almost lost to Dortmund. If Dortmund have held themselves, they probably will have been out of this competition.
That's why we are Real Madrid.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Peter from Nobiago.
Okay, Peter, what is your contribution, Peter?
I will start with dear Liverpool are going to win our match,
Okay.
and our plan is to keep a clean record
Mm.
without any lose.
Okay.
This is also what we plan. We plan to go unbeaten in Premier League. So Nottingham Forest, I don't know what they did,
Mm.
but let's forget that one. And for Man City, PSG will beat them 3-0,
Oh wow.
and they will not qualify to even knock out.
Mabele FC.
They will not even qualify to playoff.
Okay, tomorrow we'll talk about that tomorrow. Thank you very much. And everyone, and why is everyone interested in Man City and Real Madrid not qualifying?
Mabele FC.
They don't say if these people qualify, it's over.
Your chance
It's over. Their chances of winning it is close to impossible.
Okay, let's take a few calls before we move on to transfer news. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning. Now, transfer for United.
Okay, for now they are talking to one left back. They are
From
talking
Patrick
Lens.
Dogu.
from
Lecce,
Dogu,
from
yes,
Lecce.
from
Lecce, sorry.
they are talking to one left full back, wing back,
yeah.
left wing back from his name is
Lecce,
Patrick
Dogu.
Dogu. So let's see if he's going to materialize. That's the only transfer for Manchester United. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Is you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
Ike from Super.
Okay, Ike, what is your contribution?
For transfer all Liverpool players to Man U, they will not do anything.
Mm-hmm.
If we do anything, let them look at what's happening to them, not players. If that this fall away drop for now, if you doubt it, let them buy any players they buy.
Mm.
They're not going to do anything. They will still go to the tested relegation.
Mm.
I want to know their next match. I beg the Man U Premier League, the next match. You can know that I'm very happy if they lose next match. So they will find themselves in a red zone.
Now why? You know,
For my match yesterday, you see the
Chelsea match yesterday.
now Chelsea,
tried very well. I know the reason why it's a Masca. They said him the first time. The same thing they said Benchua. If we call Benchua back, defense will be a tick, be too fair. But they decided to turn the eye back on them.
okay.
So they were trying yesterday. For Real Madrid match, they will win their match. That's how we win, and Liverpool will win.
Okay.
The only team I see losing is Arsenal. I don't see them doing anything. Thank you.
All right, thank you. For Man U, the next game for Manchester United is Fulham. They are going away to Fulham next weekend. So let's see if they are going to lose that game or win that game. Yeah, hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that call. Okay, let's talk transfer because Chelsea is always going to be transferred. There are rumors everywhere, especially for Garnacho. It was interesting. Before we talk about Anthony, it was interesting because the agent of Garnacho tweeted that he was in the Stamford Bridge and he was tweeting. He posted a video, like a picture that he was in Stamford Bridge. So everybody were saying, there is this rumor that Garnacho might move to Chelsea.
Yeah.
But what do you make of that transfer? Do you think that transfer can move? But let's take this final call before we move on to transfer, John. Yeah, hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that call. Okay, John, what do you make of that? Because this thing that happens sometimes. Agent is trying to sell their player or trying to get a move. They go do this kind of movements. How do you go to Chelsea? You don't really go to Chelsea. You go to Chelsea and snap a picture. But when you know that your player is being rumored to go to that club,
It's not nice to see for Manchester United, but they are the ones who have opened themselves up to the possibility of losing Meno and Garnacho this January. We are hearing reports that Chelsea are interested and Napoli also interested, but the antics from the agent has not been nice, because now it's as though it's a clear signal that this guy wants to leave, even though he's putting on the performances on the pitch week in, week out.
Where the performance day? Where the performance day? Where they run like headless chicken. These two matches they manage to get assists.
You've been the one crying that they should give him a starting bet in the United club.
They should give him
the one
time.
crying that
Give
they
him
should
time.
But what are we
They
saying?
they can't give you 2 matches. You can't feel like you be superstar after 2 matches. After 2 matches of 3 matches and 2 assists, you're not feeling like the bomb. No, now if you want go, Man United is not a team that is begging players to stay. We are big.
Like,
According to some people,
He
we are
said
big.
we are big.
let's see.
When I
let's
said
see.
about Liverpool, and I said when I said Liverpool, and I said we.
Confirming.
When we were talking about Liverpool, and I said we. Why didn't you quote me?
You are quoting you because
No,
you are
you did
United
not quote when I
fan.
said we
I am
in
quoting
Liverpool.
you because you are a pseudo
When,
United
when I
fan.
when I said we at Liverpool, you did not quote me. When I said we at Man United, you are
He
quoting
said
me.
we
Come,
at Real Madrid,
Liv-
not Liverpool.
I said we at Liverpool, Real Madrid, and Man United. So it's a we. I'm only associated with bigger people, not anyhow people that just came from somewhere that they just invested in their life. But I'm just feeling like if you want to drag up the price, you have to do something crazy for other people to see it. Now we've been hearing rumors of Napoli being around, and Man United want about 60 plus million for him. Napoli is bidding 40 million. Now, for you to make that price go up to 60 or 70, you need to do something crazy. And that's him snapping a picture at Chelsea again.
Well, if you look at
Now, if the conversation in the media now is Chelsea wants him, Napoli will be forced to pay more because they need somebody to replace Vicha.
well, he's still a young boy. He still have potential to be a superstar in the future. But if you see where he started with Manchester United, you will not call him a bad player because
He's not that bad.
Because of his age, you could see that he actually done pretty well with his career. But let's see if he's going to move to another club from Manchester United. That means everybody is trying to get their future sorted out because the way Amorim is looking at them one by one, if he sell
Everybody they come out. Nothing you want tell me.
So if you get opportunity now,
No, Maguire, if he stay.
okay, let's take a few more phone calls before we enter another transfer news. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Godwin.
Good morning. Name and location,
Good
please.
morning, Nonsense and John. I agree.
Good
Good morning.
Yeah, it's Bishop from Kansekulu.
Okay, Bishop, what is your contribution?
No one is untouchable as it stands now. I agree with Nonsense totally.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the team, no one is untouchable. Be you Menno, be you Bruno, be you anything, be you Ganacho, be you whatever.
Wow.
All of them are there and they are still languishing in 14 position. Then what is the difference?
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference? If you are the difference, what have you done to be the difference in that team? What is your start? What have you done? So I think none of them is indispensable as they stand now. Anybody can go. The only thing is that they should just try to get money from them. I don't see Man U holding on, telling a knee of them, including their captain. I'm not seeing anyone. I'm being honest here. If you see a better offer now, if Madrid should come for Puno, collect money, get other players. You have a new coach who is saying, I want to build my own team. I want to have my own team. Yeah, what are you going to get it for? Understand me?
Yes.
Just try and get money from them. If Chelsea can bring like 50, I mean, 50 is okay for Garnacho to go.
60, I mean, 60.
Yes.
Yes.
50,
I actually know what 25 million.
6 and 0, 60.
So
They,
let them just try and know if they can get more money from them. And it will boost, you know, when you sell academy players, you boost your profile to buy players.
definitely.
Unlike when you sell everything. So they are looking to get their own players. So some of them that the coach see that they are not in their plan or they can't do the thing with them. I think they should let them go and get more money. Anthony is the one annoying me. I don't know why he's on loan and without obligation. Contract buy. This guy go as in he's not being a coach, so Anthony is not working. Even with the coach that brought him, that's my anger. I'm just angry because of Amorim.
Okay.
Even the coach that brought him, that's supposed to use him and bring the best out of him. In fact, he didn't work with that coach.
All right, thank
Thanks,
you,
man.
thank you, Bishop.
Thank you very much. But the mistake you're making now is if Anthony comes in as a sub, his numbers are on par.
It's not even Anthony coming on as a sub. The players you are saying that you don't care about them, that they are not indispensable, when they finally go, and we are, because we're already at the 20th right now,
Yes.
21st.
21st of
Yes,
January.
when they finally go and the squad gets depleted, who plays remaining matches for you then?
Under 17 if he can play.
Okay, relegation incoming.
Okay, let's see what happens.
But I believe it's just a thing of this one goal, 2 other players come in.
okay,
Okay,
let's see.
because the players they are going in, they're not going in for high-priced players
The
anymore.
players that are coming in are still going to need 9 weeks or thereabouts, and then it's still going to be another 2 months before they look like anything.
Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Sorry, come back.
Okay.
Yeah. This is man you say all their players, so you think what to play.
Under 17.
All right. All right, thank you very much. Okay, no problem. We can talk about
Alright, thank you very much, bro.
Okay, let's see what happens with those transfers happening everywhere in Europe. Okay, let's talk about Man City because Man City is making moves. They have completed a defender already, and Marmoush is already on his way too. They have been linked to so many players. I like the way I think Pep is not going anywhere, guys. And imagine even Douglas Luiz from Juventus is being linked to back to England, and Man City is looking to get another midfielder. What do you make of this? All this transfer happening at Man City? He's trying to rebuild.
The rebuild has started rather than wait to the summer. This is the same thing I keep saying about Arteta, but let me not go there this morning. The rebuild has started. 2 center halves, 1 drifting striker, and then a Douglas Luiz who could possibly come in and shore up that midfield until Rodri comes back, or they sign him on a permanent deal to come and play alongside him, because the way I'm looking at a couple of those midfielders, some of them need to be going. I'm not happy with Nunez. He's not played in the position. Clearly, Pep doesn't need him, so he might be going in the summer.
He's played there in a couple of games now, even the last 3 games.
When he's played there, man, it's not been convincing for me, so he should go.
Okay, let's see what Man City is going to be. They are making moves. They're even trying to buy another defender, just a young boy, probably loan him back, but making moves. If you look at it now, I don't think that Man City is going anywhere. So this contract is signed, he will stay there, and he wants to actually walk back. He wants to walk back Man City to the top again. I don't think he's just going to drop them. And he already said that even if they lose that charge against them, that he's still going to follow them down to the Division 2. But let's see if it's going to be possible. Other news happening around Europe is that Chelsea is trying to buy this Juventus.
Dusan Vlahovic.
Vlahovic. What do you make of that? Do you think they need a striker, but do you think he can fit into that squad?
He know the campo.
That's the thing.
He's tall, he's physical, he's dominant in defense. Whenever he's in the defense, he's dominant there. He's everything you need for a striker to be in the defense line. But it's not the camp. You go still see and drift come into midfield. You go still see and play around, run around like person where they creates the chance. It's like another. I feel like he's another Karim Benzema, but he knows where the target is. So whenever he's in the box, he knows without even looking at the goal post, he knows where the goal post is.
Okay, the numbers aren't there. Chelsea fans beware, the numbers aren't there at all. So far this season, just 7 goals.
His first season at
7 goals, 1 assist. If you go back last season, 16, go back 10, go back 7, bro, it's not there.
Okay, let's see if Chelsea is going to buy him. But interestingly, again, West Ham is going back for John Duran.
They've been rejected.
They've been
rejected. Look at that story. Yes?
It's not about leave this. See, they go reject you now. You go back again. Let's use the young boys analogy now. If you want to go and do something in the market and they tell you the price, you go and hustle and come back. You get? We came in the summer with about 35 million and they said no, we should bring 45 million.
You would have paid that 45 million.
We can't go use the 35 million to say the numbers no day. The numbers like what John is saying now, the numbers isn't there. When I got the numbers isn't there, went for Fulcrum, a 30-year-old man. And now what's happening? The Fulcrum is in the hospital. 35 million inside dustbin. So at this point now you feel like, okay, fine, let's negotiate for, let's say 20 million loan deal, then maybe on a permanent deal. So total of 50 million package.
Okay, let's see what happens. I don't want to dwell in.
No, I'm just telling you how it is. Whether they reject or not reject.
Dwell on Minos right now.
Okay, let's talk about Anthony now. I promise to talk about Anthony because that's one of the transfer this January that is surprising. Him moving to Spain. Now everybody didn't expect it because we are not thinking that okay, Amorim is going to trust him. But probably, I think that what is happening at Manchester United is that every player is on the edge. They don't know what happens in the summer. So rather than waiting in the summer for them to clear you out, they are trying to make a move. Even though that this is just a loan, then he's going to come back. But if you go alone and do well, you can actually get another luck can come for you and buy it. But him moving to Spain, and what do you make of that? It makes sense to me.
For me, I'm getting mixed messages out of Manchester United. I will call back a certain situation that occurred last week. The club declared that Maino and Garnacho were up for sale, and Amorim came out in the media and said that those are 2 young boys at the club, that he wants to work with them, blah, blah, blah. He wants them to stay, right? But we are getting a totally different message out in the media. It seems, therefore, that Amorim is not in control of who stays and who goes, because the club have realized that they've squandered close to 1 billion or 1.5 billion under Ten Hag, and they've decided to put their thinking caps on and cut their losses, like I suggested, in the summer. So it's a good one for the club. Get him off your books and then find a way. Even if you have to dash, you've lost money on
Say dash,
you've
dash
lost
Anthony out.
you've lost money on several players. Now it will not be the first, it will not be the last. So at least get him out of the club, get him on someone else's dime, and hopefully he never comes back from that loan.
Okay, now so the surprising thing about Liverpool just offered Konate a contract for him to sign, even though he's about 25, 26 years. But why are they offering Konate a contract and they are not offering Van Dijk, Salah,
He's
and
entering.
Trent?
He's entering
They
the
offered
last year.
Trent a contract. He
Okay,
has
Trent,
not yet.
yes, but why are they not offering Salah and Van Dijk, and they're offering his partner?
He has a contract till 2026. If I still remember how long his contract is. 2026 is still a long time from now. They don't want him to run into. They don't want to run into this. What's it called? The
This
situation.
same scenario.
So they have to give him an early contract. So they are still negotiating. Before you offer you have to negotiate. There's still phone calls going in between camps, between Liverpool and Mo Salah's camp. So I feel like there's something will happen before the end of the season.
Okay, let's
Definitely something will happen.
Let's see
before
what
Well,
because
I think whatever happens, Liverpool are going into these negotiations at this point in time in a weaker hand because the law of leverage is against them. These guys are legally within their rights to accept
is
a
why
new
the
deal in
contract has not
January
been
from
announced.
any other club.
that is why the new deal has not been announced. That's why they are still negotiating to see if they can be on the table together, bring everything to the table.
Okay, let's see what happens with that Liverpool deal that Konate has offered a contract for. Anthony has moved to Spain and he's going to play in Spain. For Manchester United, they need to do a whole lot of clear, but I think Amorim has seen enough. So he's trying any player that can go. Obviously, Rashford is going to be leaving this January. If Rashford did not go, he's going to stay play 6 months on the bench, so you have to find a solution for him in the last 10 days of this transfer window. So let's see if Chelsea is going to bring in a striker, if Arsenal is going to bring in a striker, because this club needs players. For Man City, that is making the biggest move in this transfer window. They are buying 2 defenders, 1 striker and 1 midfielder. So Pep is trying to build up his squad to challenge. He doesn't want to lose that top 4. He wants to qualify for top 4, but let's see if it's going to be possible. Thank you for joining on today's show. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube. Remember, guys, we are live every day on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. I'll be seeing you tomorrow in Champions League games. Let's enjoy this weekend. Let's enjoy this week's Champions League, and let's hope you give us a whole lot of goals. My name is Godwin, and have a wonderful day.
Hello, Enugu, and